Stand down, officer. I don't know. Brussels. These were, I think, £1.50 for a stick or £2.40 for a bag. And I know I've got more wastage, but they last longer on the stem. It makes total sense. I mean, we only bought them a couple of days ago. We were very lucky. We went to the big shop to get a turkey because we didn't have a turkey and that could have ended very badly. But of course, my family's always prepared, so there was a backup turkey. But anyway, point was we got a turkey, all good. And we managed to get Brussels and parsnips. There was no issue. And I think it's because a lot of people are shopping online. Just, it was busy, but it wasn't stupidly busy. And we only went in there for certain things. I can't remember how I get these off. I think I just like snap them. We only went in there for a couple of things. So we had a basket. This is going to take a while. We had a basket, so we managed to skip the big queue as well. So all in all, we're lucky. Not a guarantee. Shouldn't really leave buying a turkey to that time, but we did. So this also means I've no Aldi's chain anymore. I don't think I need to cut off that bit because I've just done that. And I don't need to worry about rinsing these because they're gonna have the outer layer done anyway. Doubled. So the plan with the Brussels is, as I said, we're gonna do them two ways. Boiled and then roasted in the air fryer. But the roasted ones are gonna be roasted with garlic. Garlic. Is that a spider? Very small spider. Oh, smells like Brussels. Wonder why. And the recipe that I'm following also recommends parmesan, but I think that's a step too far. I think that the garlic in itself is kind of a little bit of a to my ancestors' memory, because there was one family member in particular who did not like garlic. But everybody now does. And they don't have to have the roasted ones, they just have the normal ones. We've not tried roasted Brussels sprouts before. I have a lot of Brussels. Did go out and buy 2 stems, so I think we'll be fine for a while. We used to have guinea pigs, and it made even more sense to get the stems because they would eat them reluctantly because they're like, oh, it's just another thing for them to have. Bit of variety in their diet. I think now we'll put it on the compost heap, but if you know anybody who is really desperate for a Brussels sprout stem for their animals, let me know, because can always plan for next year. Might still be eating these Brussels by next year, but it doesn't hurt to plan ahead. Such a big plan. I think this is about 2 bags worth. I know it's a little bit of extra effort, but it's not that bad. You just kind of use the palm of your hand, the heel. Heel? Is it the heel? Anyway, just like press down, and then magically this teeny tiny little cabbage, revered by some, hated by many, just pops off. It's a little bit ASMR, apart from I'm panting because I have limited lung capacity, so I can't fully enjoy it. And I'm making Brussels sprouty mess everywhere. I don't think I'm going to do the other stalk today. And I think that's probably a good thing because, as I said, they do last longer on the stalk. No, that's the wrong bag. Burying my knife in the mound of Brussels. Oh, that's going to need a tidy later. That's somebody who can bend down. Yeah, it does feel really wasteful, doesn't it? But that's where the ones in the bags come from. They don't just magically appear. So somebody's chucking it away. And at least there's less plastic. And again, they last longer. Keep harping on about it, but they do. They last longer. I don't think we're going to use these partially chopped ones at the top. I think that's where I'm going to draw the line. I could always twist them. Twist it, bop it. I've never played that. Good for hand strength. That did not go to plan. Oh, one last one. You have served well. Thank you, oh cabbagey smelling stem. I can't think of a better descriptor than that. Right, got a pan, but do I have a plan? My thinking was you have maybe a handful of Brussels each. So there's 4 of us. So I'm going to do 4 handfuls. Some people have more than others. 1, 2. I'm not going to put them in the pan because that's clean. Don't know why I'm not putting this one down there. 3. That's a generous one. 4. That is about half my pile, which actually works out really well apart from the fact that I have this extra stem. So I'm going to do half and half. All be processed in the same way. Let me just check I've got roughly 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm just going to assume that they'll be fine either way. It'll be fine. It will be fine. Now, I have a pan in which I'm going to boil them, and that is perfect. There is more than enough space in that pan for those Brussels, especially considering they're going to be thingy down a bit. And then I think I just need a small bowl to put these ones in. So I'll go get that. Days are always so short. It's light outside, but so gloomy in here. Bowl acquired. We got these when we first moved in together, and they had this colouring on the outside. And it was slightly naff at the time. We thought, okay, well, fine. It's stainless steel. That's what we wanted. So they've had a lot of use. And it just started coming off over time. And that wasn't a problem. They look so much better with it off. I still have my parsnip receptacle, my parsnip bag receptacle, and actually I'm going to chop the bottom of that so I can make it into a more easy cross. What do I do? I'm going to have to do the cross at the same time, otherwise I don't think I'll be able to keep track. The logic behind the cross, I said in the Christmas traditions video, is it's supposed to maybe make the tuft in a bit more, I don't know, permeable to the water, but I think they did studies on it and it probably doesn't make a difference. But the important thing is that Christmas is about tradition and ancestor honouring. And my lot have always done it that way, therefore we will always do the cross. Just, who doesn't like garlic? My mum tried to explain this to me before. It's something to do with if you haven't grown up with it, you're not used to the flavour. But garlic is so delicious. I can't understand it. Whereas the thing is, I really love vanilla. And that was another thing that I had in common with this relative. And I was just like, yeah, vanilla. And then when they just didn't like garlic, I could not get my head around it. I'd chop off this slight imperfection. I don't want to get the whole leaf off because we're getting to the point where it's getting a bit ridiculous. Creates quite a cross. With the other pile, I think I don't need to do the cross because they're going in the oven, so I'm going to actually chop them up instead, which will be a novelty. But that's why it's super important to also have boiled parsnips, because I can't make a big fuss about the cross if I haven't done it. And I know there's going to be moaning about it. That's the thing. Like, I've got these piles of Brussels knowing full well that there's going to be like, oh, we don't normally have it that way. Yeah, well, stuff it. You're having it that way this time. Dramatically, we're not having stuffing because it's being posted here. I don't eat stuffing. Francis would eat stuffing if it was there, but he's not desperate for it. And apparently it's a faff to make, so the verdict was no stuffing. You can buy stuffing, but my mum was like, I don't like anybody else's stuffing and I can't be able to make it. And I was like, well, I do have a food processor. You know, we can buy breadcrumbs, we can make breadcrumbs more easily. She was like, no stuffing. So when the matriarch says it, it's a weird one, you know, to be entering Christmas knowing there's not going to be any stuffing. Again, I never have had stuffing. My mum has pointed out to me on various occasions that it is vegetarian. I just don't like, I can't eat that much as well right now. I have major acid reflux and I'm not going to be trying. All of this is going to be new in a way. Tidy up me waste stations. I could really use them now. This really sucks. I am in awe of women who are doing this by themselves. Not the Brussels, to be clear, the pregnancy. I'm absolutely in awe of women who do this by themselves, for either through their own choice or not. It's really, really tough. It's miserable. Like, I've been miserable for a while. And I'm fully cognizant that I am super, super lucky with my support network, with my working setup, all of that sort of stuff. I'm super lucky. It makes me just very aware of other people. If you're going through this, it's a super tough time and you're doing amazingly well. No matter what anybody says to you, no matter what your midwife says or your support network says, maybe they're not amazing. It may not be you. If you feel like it is you, it may well not be. You are coping, you are surviving, and that is all anybody can ask of you. It's just frustrating when you can't do the stuff that you're normally doing because they're like, no, it's not happening today. But Christmas can't be moved. Okay, we've got a handful of the ones to be boiled left, so that's good. Then we just have to do it all again. At least we're doing it today, not tomorrow, though. That definitely a win. As long as nothing goes on. Because then, we're home free. We just need to think about the oven timing. It's easy. Trying to remind myself, actually, these choices are making it easier for us, even though they feel awful. And the other plus is that I have no grip strength. The other plus is that because I am recording this means that if I've done an amazing job, then next year I'll be like, hey, I have effectively a diary. I can follow it step by step. Absolute geniusness. I think we should be recording all things, even though that's very wasteful. I need to know. I need to know. Could write it down. Where's the fun in that? Let's start crossing these out. Cross, cross, cross. Actually did the timing all right that time. Cross. And finally, cross. Yay! That's not that many. That's really not that many Brussels. And it took freaking forever. I suppose we did all the stemming and all that as well. All right, let's tidy out the workstation. They don't look like they're oxidizing, so that's good. Unlike the potatoes, we have to be super careful with the potatoes, which is partly why I've left them to last. We're not going to peel the potatoes because I can't be bothered. And do I remember anyone peeling potatoes? Probably. That's probably going to be another thing I've done wrong. But with the potatoes, we need to put them straight into water because they will oxidize, they will go grey, they will go disgusting. I don't know it actually affects the flavour, but the colour does matter. I'm just putting them straight in. We're not doing a cross because I need to check my instructions. I'm pretty sure I just chop them up into pieces. But these teeny tiny cabbages and the parsnips, which are basically carrots, don't need to do that for them. No, I don't like that bit. This is where that's the best bit. Goal! Maybe I should be practicing. That's quite calming, that noise. I don't need extra calm. I need a little bit of juice. Bit of adrenaline. Not too much though, like I can't be bothered with too much adrenaline right now. Again, we've got a little imperfection across a couple of sections. I'm just going to chop it off. And again, imperfections don't matter. It's just whether they're indicative of something else. But at the end of the day, all this is going to be eaten in a second. You know, all this prep work and someone's just going to go home. I know, like, it's the ritual of the thing. But that is why, partly, I do not like spending loads of time cooking. Because it just feels like such a waste. I mean, yeah. Making everything look really pretty on the plate just feels very wasteful. Just not my interest. Maybe that's going to be the new sound of Christmas. To make sure it's exactly that bowl. It's a really bad idea. Can you imagine? It's the extra stress that it puts on you if you have to have everything exactly the same. It's fine if that's just the stuff that you have. But if it's not, oh, heaven forbid. Just think about what we actually need to worry about. I mean, it's being hosted at ours, so we don't need to worry about getting anywhere. We don't need to worry about getting dressed because tradition. The turkey apparently only takes 3 hours, though. In my house, back in the day, I remember it taking a few days. I think it's partly because it took a few days to defrost. We bought it early, it got put in the freezer, and then had to defrost. I think in the shower cubicle for a few days. Or maybe that's what my mum did. Maybe it was in the bar. Anyway, the point is it had to defrost. And then it was cooked on really, really low heat for a really long time. Whereas my new age husband has ideas about using the oven properly. Didn't hear him complaining when the turkey was in front of him. No siree. I got you. Please don't disown me for doing Brussels in a different way. Who needs presents when you can unwrap Brussels? Sick of it. Sick of unwrapping. My thumbs are sore. Well, they're not, but like they could be if I did that second stem. Oh my god. We have this many left. Right, we're done. We got this half in here that took freaking forever, though not as forever as this half took. So, I mean, it's relatively self-explanatory which ones are which. The ones in the saucepan need to be boiled and the ones in there need something doing with. And we've got me giblets and the stalk. And another freaking Brussels sprout stalk that is not going to be done today because we have enough Brussels sprouts and someone else can do it if they need. I realised I spoke too soon because I still have to chop all of these in half. So that's disappointing. And I also have to chop up some garlic. I do not have the snazzy garlic chopper that the person has. So that's not going to be perfect. The garlic has been foo-fooed in terms of quality. But my darling husband reminded me that we have frozen chopped garlic. So he's heavily suggested, which I may take him up on, that I just put some of the frozen garlic in with these and then it'll be fine. So that's all we're doing. I'm just going to put maybe a tablespoon of that, whiz it around, make sure there's oil in it, and then just shove it in the air fryer and it's ready to go. Let's cut that video off there because it is getting too long. So sadly you will not see me chopping up some potatoes with added commentary. But hopefully that has been joyful and brought you a little bit of chaos, but controlled, planned chaos to Christmas Eve. See you tomorrow. Merry Christmas.